Let's dive into the perplexing world of Chihuahuas and their eating habits, or lack thereof. If you've ever found yourself staring at your skinny little friend, wondering why they're not eating and looking like they just stepped off a runway for malnourished models, you're not alone. It's a common concern for Chihuahua owners, and today we're going to break down the reasons behind this puzzling behavior: the tiny tyrants. First off, let's acknowledge that Chihuahuas are tiny, but they have personalities that are anything but small. They've got more attitude packed into their little frames than some people do in their entire lives. But with that attitude comes a level of pickiness that can make you question if you've adopted a dog or a diva. These little creatures can be notoriously picky eaters. You might find yourself offering them gourmet meals: organic chicken, fresh veggies, maybe even some quinoa. And they'll look at you like you just served them a plate of rocks. What is this? I only eat chicken-flavored kibble. It's like they've got a Michelin-starred restaurant in their heads, and you're just the underqualified chef trying to impress them. Stress and anxiety. Now, let's talk about stress. Chihuahuas can be sensitive little souls. A change in their environment, a new home, new family members, or even a different brand of dog food can send them into a tailspin. They might stop eating altogether because they're too busy worrying about the universe collapsing around them. Imagine living in a world where every little change feels like an impending disaster. If you were that tiny and had to deal with all the big things happening around you, wouldn't you lose your appetite too? It's like being stuck in a never-ending episode of Survivor. But instead of competing for food, you're just trying to figure out why the couch moved 3 inches to the left. Dental drama. Let's not forget about dental issues. Chihuahuas are prone to dental problems. Think tooth decay and gum disease, which can make eating painful. If your Chihuahua is avoiding food, it might not be because they're on some weird diet. It could be that every bite feels like chewing on glass. You know how it feels when you have a toothache? You don't want to eat anything. Now imagine that feeling every time you go for your kibble. So if your Chihuahua is looking skinny and uninterested in food, it might be time for a dental checkup instead of just assuming they're being picky. Health concerns. And here's where things get serious: health concerns. A loss of appetite can signal various medical issues ranging from minor ailments to serious conditions like kidney disease or gastrointestinal problems. If your Chihuahua hasn't eaten in over 24 hours, it's time to call the vet faster than you can say hypoglycemia. Chihuahuas are particularly susceptible to low blood sugar due to their small size. If they don't eat regularly, they can quickly drop into dangerous territory. So, while you might think they're just being finicky, it could actually be a sign that something is seriously wrong. The role of routine. Now let's talk about routine, or lack thereof. Chihuahuas thrive on consistency. If their feeding schedule is all over the place, or if there are sudden changes in their daily routine, it can throw them off completely. They need structure. So if you've been feeding them at different times every day or changing up their diet without warning, don't be surprised when they look at their bowl like it's filled with mystery meat. Establishing a regular feeding schedule can help alleviate some of that stress and encourage them to eat more consistently. Think of it as setting up their own little doggy calendar. Monday is chicken day, Tuesday is beef, Wednesday is, well, whatever I feel like. Conclusion: love and attention. So why is your Chihuahua not eating and looking so skinny? It boils down to pickiness, stress, dental issues, potential health concerns, and the need for routine. These little dogs may be small in size but have big personalities that require understanding and attention. If you find yourself worried about your furry friend's eating habits, don't hesitate to consult with your veterinarian. They'll help determine if there's an underlying health issue, or if your pup just needs a little coaxing to get back on track. At the end of the day, owning a Chihuahua means embracing their quirks, their pickiness, their anxiety, And yes, even those moments when they look at their food as if it's an alien artifact from another planet. With love, patience, and perhaps a few tasty treats along the way, you'll help your Chihuahua find its appetite again, and maybe even discover what truly makes them wag their tail.